Broadcasting way too early from 3 separate Wi-Fi connections. It's PT Breakfast Club with Tony Maritato, Dave Kittle, and Jimmy McKay.
Right. Good morning, physical therapy. And anybody else accidentally listening because the algorithm misfired, I want to apologize for myself and my co-host if that happened to you. Today's Tuesday. We're opening with something that explains a lot of what we're all feeling right now. Why some clinicians are pissed, students are stunned, and clinic owners are having a hard time hiring or retaining clinicians. And even though none of them caused this problem, and here's the thing, did hard work stop working? Or did it just start converting into upside reliably? We'll kick things off with that. We're also going to talk about why the PT career ladder collapsed, how Disney just engineered leverage with a 20-year-old movie. What? And it's a musical. And how one creator monetized without ever selling. Let's kick things off as we bring Dave into the studio with our brand new sponsor. Congratulations. I'm excited for this. Last week, a lot of AI and tech-enabled sponsors. Of course, the world is a pendulum. Things kick back the other way, and we go completely analog this week. Welcome our first sponsor in this morning. It's Rehab Stick, the world's first rehabilitation tool it's a stick. No sensors, no resistance, no software. It is quite literally, and I'm not exaggerating, you're buying a stick, and you can use it for posture correction, gait training, pointing at patients, and occasionally emotional support. I'm not actually sure how that works, but it says it in the copy. Now they have a premium model as well, Rehab Stick Pro. It's the same stick, but it's darker word. It's just darker. Rehab Stick, because not everything needs technology. Sometimes things just need a stick. I mean, haven't you ever thought that, guys? You're like, you know what? If I just had a stick, I could solve everything right here. All right, our lead story. I wrote an article about. Go ahead. You have a rehab.
I was going to say, Rehab Stick. It's not a shtick.
See, we're already running copy.
There's a little delay there. I thought you were laughing. If you didn't, that's fine.
Oh, it's good. It's good. All right. So I saw another article or a series of articles by somebody, and I'm going to have them on the podcast because here's what I've found. Life hack. If you disagree with people online and you have a podcast, inviting them on the podcast gets to the bottom of what you're talking about a lot faster. Turns out comment section doesn't get a lot of answers. And that's the fun part. So we're going to have Rob on the show. And I said to Rob in a DM, and I think I said in a comment, I think we agree mostly on this. But here was my pitch. I said hard work didn't stop working, but somewhere along the way, the physical therapy profession or system, it stopped converting it into upside consistently. You have to make sure you listen to all my words. They all matter. I'm not saying there's no upside. I'm not saying you don't need to work hard. I'm saying you used to be able to do X and get Y, and now you need to do like more X to get half of Y. That's what I'm saying. So this explains why clinicians are angry, students are stunned. I met one this weekend. She got gut punched in the stomach. We talked about her yesterday. $175K out of the gate. 4 months. That's what she owes. She's like, I mean, I'm not a math guy, but I already had 2 financial advisors, Tony, reach out to me on LinkedIn after yesterday and being like, I was shoveling the driveway and listened to your episode. I will help this girl because she got bad advice. I can't undo that, but I can help now. Even though none of them created this problem, this is created by, I'm just going to take shots here, right? Who the big, hairy, scary are. Big insurance and big education. And I'm not talking about professors or deans. I'm talking about people who don't come to meetings. And I'm not talking about, your local insurance payer rep. I'm talking about the people 42 levels above them. So here's all I'm saying in this conversation. The conversion factor is just off. And now Rob came back to me and did say, well, look at Elon Musk and look at any NFL wide receiver. Anybody that's ever made anything of himself has worked hard and thought outside the box. Don't disagree. I'm talking about go to school, become a clinician, go to work every day, do the thing we're talking about for someone else. Not the only path. That used to convert better. Am I wrong? Am I right? Or am I somewhere in the middle mixed up?
Dave, what do you think?
No, I was going to kick it. Go ahead. I was going to kick it to you.
So I was just listening. I was going to try and look up the guy's name. I watched the All In podcast. He is one of the investors on the All In podcast. And he was saying like they're building these data centers, they're working, in AI, they're paying electricians 400 to 500,000 a year. So I don't know. I mean, did the electricians do anything special, or were they in the right place at the right time to justify that kind of payment? At the end of the day, what we do is incredibly impactful on a personal basis, but clearly the money isn't there. The payers, the insurance companies, don't believe it's worth paying us more than 10 or 12 bucks a unit. The patient, in often, a lot of situations, doesn't believe it's worth paying the money to have us see them out of pocket beyond insurance. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's timing,
Yeah. So again, I want to be very clear. I'm not blaming any part of the equation. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure when people, because then people flood into my comments and they're like, screw academics and screw insurance. And I'm like, guys, you can yell at the sun all you want for causing you sunburn, or you could not go outside. I'm just trying to explain it and say, now make decisions. We got to launch a podcast for people who are 3 years before applying to PT school. Like the financial advisor was like, let me help her. I'm like, I got to be honest with you, man. Isn't it too late to help her? But you can't go upstream because those people are in the wild. They're not connected. So I am not saying don't work hard or don't open your own thing or be pissed. You can be pissed, but you got to understand that like you signed up for this. You didn't read the room. Dave.
Well, I think someone that's coming out of school with all the student loan debt, they don't understand the whole game yet. It's just too much. And let me piggyback on Tony's example, right? So you got data centers being developed all over. Companies are trying to do kind of like the NVIDIA, company, but more domestically here in the United States. So there's more demand for electricians. Tony is 100% right. There's a lot more content actually now being put out where the trades and the electricians are kind of like, like, because they're hearing all this, that like there's basically more demand of their services now. I think that there's also some amount, I don't know, to the same magnitude, I don't know, or half the magnitude of that, if not equal magnitude of demand on the consumer side for health and wellness services. And I think physical therapy fits in that bucket. The challenge that we've mentioned before, the challenge is that the indoctrinated physical therapy model was through the insurance billing reimbursement payment system. There are so many practices. I wish I don't have my friends and colleagues' approval right now to shout out names and practices, but I could list off 10 practices where there's practices that are charging $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 packages to folks that are teachers, nurses, meaning those are the patients, the clients that arguably may or may not have discretionary income to pay. I think that's the same type of potential earning potential that these electricians have in Tony's example. The challenge is that the sales and the marketing, you need the sales and marketing chops. That's exactly what I'm teaching my physical therapist today. That's what we're doing for onboarding and coaching today, which is we're going to literally review for hours objections and rebuttals. So hey, that's a lot. That's expensive. That's a lot. I need to think about it. I want to sleep on it. I need to speak with my spouse. Let me check my budget and I'll get back to you. All that type of stuff. And what to say right after that to continue the conversation, to make it the customer's decision to continue to work with us. There is equal, if not similar magnitude of demand on the client side of consumers that have aches, pains, weekend warriors, people that are doing races, high rocks, CrossFit, all that type of stuff. And I would say it's somewhat in the same realm of the demand of these electricians. So the challenge is we're not geared for that. We're not taught, we're not coached on how to present what we do in a clear way and charge market rate or what physical therapists used to make 20 years ago per unit or per hour.
You can make the best argument in the world to an insurance company. I got to be honest. They're not listening. Like that's not how to do it. That's not going to work. I love that there are people doing advocacy. That's awesome. I honestly will never
work. It's never going to work. It's never going to catch us up to the adjusted inflation. Never.
I think the people doing the advocacy are like, we are at best a speed bump to slow the bad down. Right. I think the people who get it, who do it, who their salary depends on them doing it, and they never promise we're going to solve this. Like the real people that I've met in advocacy, people who really do this for a living, They're not dumb. They're not. All right, I'm gonna have more on this with Rob. Go deeper if people want to. Tony, you shared this morning. I don't even know what this is. What is this?
Yeah,
what's the screen?
I think this would be right up Dave's alley. So we got a text message literally this morning. I didn't cover up the practice's name because it's not bad. It's not a negative thing. For those listening, not watching, the text message from a dermatologist group said, we are reaching out to inform you of an important billing update at Dermatologists of Southwest Florida to streamline payments. Enrollment in auto pay is required. Patients who decline must provide a $100 deposit and copay at the time of your visit. This excludes Medicare, Medicaid, and TRICARE. Charges occur only after insurance. Questions, call this number, visit this website. So, these guys obviously have boatloads of money. We set up a dermatologist appointment for one of our kids. It's a first-time visit. This is what we got. And we've talked about this. Like, okay, so we can't twist the insurance company's arm to pay us more money. We can't, and I'm saying we as the universal, the royal we.
Yeah.
We seem to think that we can't get patients to pay us more money.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's really left in that scenario is, how do we improve efficiency? How do we reduce losses? We spend less money on equipment. We negotiate lower rent leases. We do all of those things. And we make sure that we know that you can use a cancellation policy across all patients as long as it's a universal policy. But we start collecting some sort of deposit or some sort of payment just to reduce the negative impact of cancels and no-shows. And if you're not going to pay, if you're not willing to put $100 on the line, you're not the right patient. We can't afford to treat you.
I'm trying to think really quickly, like on the fly, like other industries where this would not even be an eye would be batted. Like there's other, right? Like what are, like, am I just, because I have a camera in front of me, I can't think, but like it feels like
now, even with restaurants, right? There was, and it's still Open Table and not Seamless, Open Table or any of the other book a table, Open Seat. And so those were just like, you could do, you could book it and then you could cancel last minute. And then the company Resi came out, RESY, Resi, like reservations. And Resi is only certain restaurants. But if you want to book a table at certain restaurants, you got to put down $25 or $50.
Paying for access, baby.
But to hold the table. Because if you late cancel, then they're going to charge you whatever, the 25 or 50, whatever you agree to up front. If you arrive, you don't get charged. So it enables restaurants to, guess what, guys, gals, have better show up rates instead of having no shows. So great idea. I mean, it's in all other industries. I love this. I love this approach.
Think about that. Don't bat an eye. I know my haircut guy, I booked through an app and it's like the last thing. It's like, you are agreeing to a no-show fee if you don't show up for this. And I'm like,
how much is it?
I don't even know. I just click okay. And I've not showed before. And Rob was just like, no big deal. Because I've been for 5 years. So he was like, no big deal. You texted me, not a problem. But if you're just a random dude and you just ate 35 minutes of Rod's time, dude, Rod's got to eat, dude. Like, we all went to PT school. I mean, I'm not mad at Nazareth College. I got in, I popped $500 down, and then I got in, and I love you, Rochester. I love you. But if I got the choice between Arlington, Virginia, where it's a little warmer, because Jimmy loves sun and temperature, I picked Marymount, and it was also a great program. All that. Right. But also, like, I ate that $500. I was like, got it, understood. And so haircut and restaurants, people do not blink an eye, or I'm sure people blink. Healthcare. Well, you can't do that. Oh, maybe, are we just clutching our pearls? Is that why it feels weird for us to do this?
But let's talk about the deeper level benefit of this, not even from a financial perspective, because we know therapists hate getting paid unless it's an employer paying them.
They do.
Let's talk about how this benefits the patient. Do you think if I already put $100 in the pot that I'm less likely or more likely to go attend the appointment? If I attend the appointment, do you think I'm more likely or less likely to get the benefit of the appointment?
Yep.
Like the motivation, the psychology behind this kind of commitment is so impactful.
Uh-oh. Do we lose Tony?
I think so, yeah.
This will get you better outcomes. I know. Sorry, I'm cutting out. This will get you better outcomes than a manual certification or some, special CEU that teaches you how to do an intervention better.
Do not disagree. I'm not saying don't be improving. I'm saying nickel for nickel, you will get better. Like, this is how you will afford your next CEU course, by doing this and making sure your business is running better. Dr. A says personal trainers. I think he's shouting out about other industries where you have to pay, and if you don't show up, tough toenails, as my middle school gym teacher would say, you have to pay in advance. Cancer or no shows, they charge you for the visit. People don't care. They pay. Hotels, Ben Galen on LinkedIn. Of course. See, I knew there was things. I got a camera in front of me and I started going, my IQ drops 40 points. The camera adds 10 pounds. Flights. Yeah.
Buying an airline ticket.
Oh, shit. Hey, really, really quick about hotels, right? So you have to put a card down. You pay for a hotel up front, or you put I can't remember because my wife handles it.
Usually,
hotel.
Usually you can reserve a hotel room, and then like 24, 48, 72 hours before, that's when you buy it.
But how come when you check in, they usually ask for the card on file? Is that to confirm the form of payment?
Maybe. I don't know. Or I know that maybe the other so I do it a lot because I travel for business. So someone else is paying if I travel for work through an app. When I show up, I have to pay for incidentals. I know that's also why it's like, if I rent a movie I shouldn't be watching. I don't know. Do people still rent movies in hotel rooms? We have laptops and iPads and phones, but
I don't know.
Incidentals, which are like, if you drink the water that's in front of you, you got to pay $78 for the bottle of water. I do want to thank another sponsor when we're talking about money. Let's bring on, goniometer hat, the world's first wearable goniometer worn on your head. Simply place the hat on, tilt your head forward towards the patient, and announce a number with confidence. You got to say it with your chest. No arms, no alignment, no calibration. Now featuring an adjustable brim for hip range of motion, a feather attachment for cervical rotation, and the premium model Goni Hat Pro with decorative uncertainty. Goni Hat, if you say it confidently, it's probably accurate. These are all have like a Monty Python flavor. Image.
I was going to ask if you're watching live or on the replay via YouTube. Are those pictures from the Renaissance period or the Roman Empire period or what?
Is that a small man in his helmet? I don't understand.
It might be a court jester. Maybe it's a Goni jester.
This guy is very small. He's got a bell. Look how, if you say it confidently, it's probably accurate. There's their line. All right. Tony's got Wi-Fi issues. My next story, I got 2 steal this strategies for today. And I don't even know how to use them, but sometimes that's the best way to steal this strategy. So here's the first steal this strategy. This was my tease in the beginning of the show. Disney just did this. So to celebrate the release of the 20-year anniversary of High School Musical, Zac Efron, right, at his peak at age 17, they took the movie, and they cut it up into 52 pieces, and then they put it on YouTube. So it's the movie. You push play, and you can watch it in a playlist, and it just plays through. And I'm like, why are they doing this? And then, is it brilliant? If they're trying something, one viewer now becomes 52 views. Okay, that's different. It's time spent watching if you watch the whole movie, but now it's 52 views. I think the power is in 52 different comments sections. I think it's now we're watching along because I'm watching this 12-minute, or I don't know how many minute segments they are. I think it's got nostalgia, and we know where nostalgia lives on the value pyramid. It's super up at the top. There it is. I think it's 52 comment sections. It's leveraged by design to leverage the, because if this was you 20 years ago, you're watching, oh my God, I've quoted this 4,000 times. Heart emojis.
That's what you think this is? I thought it would just be like, it's just short form content. Like they're just chopping it up. Like, are we looking too far into it or what?
So It's horizontal content. It's videos, and it's longer than short form content. I call it schmedium content. So they broke it. I don't know how long the movie is. Someone can look at it.
I thought you said like 12-minute clips.
Yeah, so it's not a short. Do you know what I mean? It's not a long. It's schmedium. Right. So my point is, if they really just wanted to share a bunch of clips, that's been done. I think they're doing this because to
pull you into the full.
Yes. Because you can. So it's just one movie, but chopped up into a bunch of little. Like it's a 6-foot sub. You used to have to eat it from end to end, and now you can start anywhere you want. But like now you have to watch each part. I've seen people do this in Facebook stories. They'll have one video, and then if you look at the top, it looks like Morse code. It's like, deet, 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 deet. You're actually watching like 32 stories instead of it, but it's one 12-minute or one 62-second video. So my question to you, is this brilliant, or is this gaming the algorithm, or is it brilliantly gaming the algorithm?
So I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw it. About a month ago, I shared a 5-minute video. I think it was 5 or 6 minutes. Facebook automatically did that video. Facebook automatically took the full video, chopped it into about 12 videos, and uploaded them individually. Now, I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought the viewer retention was going to be horrible. I'll look up and see how it performed. It did better than I expected.
So like, meaning when you looked at the post, you uploaded a 5-minute video file as one post. But then when it loaded or whatever, you went back and you looked at it, Facebook chopped that 5-minute video up into multiple smaller videos. Is that what you're saying? That's start and stop, start and stop?
Yeah.
Huh. Isn't that wild? They're telling you, and my guess is this doesn't happen to everybody. It happens to certain creators in the background. I don't know what's going on with my hair in this hat, but I'm trying to fix it. That's what I'm trying to tell you is they're playing with you as much as you're playing with them. They're figuring out how people. This is all a social experiment. It's all this thing is. It's a social experiment. So I don't know. The question is like, great, that's cool for Zac Efron on the 20th anniversary of High School Musical. What do we do with it? And then my answers were like, dude, this is showing you that stories and keeping people along. Like if you were smart, where's the EMR that can accept videos in the EMR and cue you and say, record and ask these 3 questions and record the person and upload the video right here. And then when you have the plan of care completed, you have the freaking movie, right?
I mean, how, Jimmy, I sent you the screenshot in Messenger. Don't even start talking about EMRs because it drives me insane. This technology has been around forever and they refuse to bring it into the system. Some days I'm going to be the biggest defender of the EMR founders and technology and what they're doing.
Today is not that day.
Crazy. But yeah, like before and after photos in the EMR, make it something that even the patient wants to use. The patient should be in there every single day. So Dave, you can see it on the screen. This was one video that Facebook automatically, without me realizing, and they've never done it to another video, which is bizarre. But they automatically chopped it into this sequence. One leads to the next. Some of them, 10,000, 19,000 views.
What, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what this looks like?
What?
Oh, this is what this looks like or feels like to me. This is A/B testing parts of the video.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, look at this. It's telling you this is one video, but why is it good? Like, why is that one at the end 13K?
Right.
Versus why is that one close to the beginning, but not the beginning 10? Why is the one in the middle 19 and the one next to it 10? Gosh, there's a lot of data here, but you got to sift through it. It's like there's so much data here. Or is it just lucky? Now, hold on a second. These got all shared at the exact same time, and they got plopped. And where were these shared? In a story or as videos?
They were reels on my Facebook business page.
So just for people following along, it's like he put a lump of clay in that Play-Doh thing and then pressed the hammer down and like a bunch of little things. It's a cheese grater. It's exactly what Disney did. So this is what Disney did.
Facebook cheese grater.
Yeah, what Disney did was they were like, hey, what you want to watch High School Musical for free, no gated access?
Right.
Great.
Right.
And you push play on the first one, and then you know how YouTube works. It just starts playing the next video. So there's going to be a little interruption, but hey, man, free movie. You'll deal with it. Maybe they're playing around with which moments. Now they take the data. Which are the most watched or rewatched sections? Well, there's our trailer to promote this thing. I don't know. How else do you see clinics being able to use that?
From the platform perspective, you also have to wonder, does this mean more ad breaks, more ad interruption? YouTube had gone from one ad to two ads. Now almost always you see two ads back to back before you get back to the video. This breaks it up, which obviously gives you the opportunity to feed more ads. From the clinic perspective, I think it's the same thing. So put this into clinical terms. Somebody does an hour-long treatment. I have been saying for decades, nobody remembers your name, let alone an hour of information that you just brain dumped on them in the clinic. So if we took this and we said, well, what if we broke an hour into, 12 to 15 micro sessions? What was the most impactful part of that hour? Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to focus my time, energy, effort on that piece because that had the biggest impact in the 60 minutes.
This is Live Barn. You guys familiar with Live Barn? No, because you're not a 46-year-old over-the-hill hockey player like me. Live Barn is this company. I do not know the company story, but they went to hockey rinks years ago and were like, "Hey, we want to give you free cameras to put in your hockey rinks." And they're like, "Okay." And then we're going to charge grandma or Steve's wife $4 a month for access to the camera. And they're just these fisheye cameras. So when my brother pummels some dude on a Tuesday, we all go back to the bench as my brother's getting kicked out of the game. I love you, Matt. And we text our other buddy who's not there, bring up the Live Barn feed and clip it for us so we can watch my brother getting into a fight with another 40-year-old dude in the locker room. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, there are HIPAA rules. We will respectfully obey them, but the clinic of the future, I think, will be a content machine, as we have talked about many times.
So same thing, like in baseball, it's Dave, do you know the name of the app in baseball where they track all the stats and they have the replay and
they're cameras?
Yeah. You hook up your camera, it streams the whole game so grandma and grandpa can watch it. But you also track all the analytics during the game. I think there are some higher level versions that will do it for you. And then it gives you a summary, an AI summary of, Maritado was at bat and hit a double into left field and the play was this and, got out at first or whatever. Huddle does it for basketball. So there are apps. Put that in a physical therapy clinic, get the appropriate HIPAA compliant release forms, and now you can stream that out. So people who are never going to have access, again, we want to increase our visibility. We want to show the community what we can do. People in any part of the world can see what you're doing as a physical therapist, can get the benefit of the free physical therapy, demonetize it, democratize it. But then the people who want to work with you one-on-one have the ability to do so.
I think that 96% of our profession will hate this idea, and the 4% that embrace it will be the ones that win. And I think in 10 years, this will not be abstract. That's wild. I did not know that. I just thought it was live. But this makes complete sense. I'm shocked that I haven't heard more of it. That's what I'm shocked at. Not that it exists. I'm shocked that I haven't heard more of it.
But even from a clinical documentation, you look at what these apps that are in kids sports right now can do. It is amazing. And the documentation and the stories they can produce are amazing. And you put that into clinical terms with the ambient listening and what AI is doing already. I mean, the technology all exists. This is not future. This is
not theorizing.
What's the app, Tony, that does the play-by-play and
Dave's getting this?
Gives
Dave wants his
Because
stats.
I thought you were gonna talk about like Game Changer, but that's just like the app where that's what Game Changer does that? Because I thought that was just more like scoring and
do it on a premium level or a higher version.
But you have to have a video camera connected to a Game Changer, so that Game Changer app knows like where the ball was hit, and then that's how it'll track like what's going on.
I got to go back and find it, but I know that some of the parents, they had invested in the camera system and the premium levels and all the stuff.
Drones, bro. Where's drones in this? That's what I want. I want to see some drones.
And then when the kid wants to drop out of baseball, the parents are up in arms.
They've got 40.
We just bought all this AI technology to follow where you hit this ball 22 feet into the outfield.
Yeah,
that's what they make the AI version of the kid, so that they can keep watching the kid play through college. But it's an AI version of your kid.
You can essentially do a live stream of your day and make your clinic into a daily series. Some clinics are entertaining just to be part of the day. That's the answer. There are some, there's a clinic out there right now that doesn't have an Instagram account that has like 4 of the funniest PTs. And by funny, I mean just like great person. There is the office of PT.
Yes. Right
now. And they're just going, so much effort to like do this, and who's going to watch it? People. That's the answer. People. There's an Instagram account called the Bandits Hockey Club. And it's literally 2 guys in suits with full-on headset mics like my equipment doing commentary for beer league games. And it's fucking hysterical because they're like, oh, Johnson wide open from 3 feet away. And wow, he missed that by 7 feet. How do you shoot from 3 feet away and miss by 7 feet? That's hard. That's a lot of like, they're just like hamming. It's Major League with Bob Uecker for men's beer league. And I laugh at it for 6 seconds today, 12 seconds tomorrow. And that adds up. It adds up. Donis is not wrong. No one is doing this. The math checks out right here. No one will do this anytime soon. It will be a small clinic that does this before a franchise. Mark my words. Someone will eat your lunch first.
And self-pay out-of-network clinics before the in-network, most likely.
Yes, because they're the ones that have to eat what they kill. That was the top of the hour, which is like, well, just go. Being on the assembly line doesn't pay as much anymore. And I go, yes, it doesn't. So I'm not disagreeing with you. That sucks. What are you going to do about it? Decide now. Real quick,
in previous episodes, you shared, Jimmy, an idea about CEU courses and selling the inventory.
Oh, yeah.
That I think Donis is who I was thinking about, who has a business promoting, selling
CEUs.
I'm pretty sure.
Does he make them? Does he make the courses or just promote them?
I don't know. Maybe he'll comment.
So here's my pitch. Yeah, Donis, give us information if you're for some reason still watching 3 Nitwits.
I thought you owned the platform or something.
My pitch was this, Donis, if you're listening, or just literally, I'll just talk to the void. Let's say you've got 3 weeks to go before a course, in-person course probably works this a little better. You got 3 weeks to go. You give 5 seats. Let's say you have 10 left with 3 weeks to go. You give 5 seats to Dave, Tony, and Jimmy. You give them to us for free. We talk about them for 60 seconds on a live stream that lots of people see. Let's say your course is $1,000. We will sell it for $500 and we keep the money. You get nothing except you got 60 seconds worth of whatever on a radio show for PTs in the morning. And hopefully when that inventory goes to our inventory sells out, we sold our 5 seats. We keep the $500 per. You got enough juice to sell some other seats. So it's like, you got tomatoes, bro. You got 10 tomatoes. They're going to rot if you do nothing with them. Give me 5 tomatoes. I'm going to sell them for 50% off, but you still have 5 tomatoes. And enough people were like, oh, those are pretty good tomatoes. They sold out. All right, well, let's buy these tomatoes. That's my pitch.
And the quote unquote ad placement that we're talking about lives on Evergreen on the video content that we post online, because people watch this video in 3 months or 6 months or whatever, and then you get some juice down the road of those folks hearing about you for the first time or clicking on your website or whatever, and you get some leads or some traffic that way, even though that particular course is already passed.
Correct. You got your name out this. We do an ad for you, and to pay for it, you might be like, oh, I'm not giving you money. Like, how am I going to get the ROI? That's cool. You give us seats that probably weren't going to sell anyway, or maybe weren't. I don't know. We're gambling here. And then we sell them. But keep in mind, you giving us 5 seats doesn't mean we get money too. You might give us 5 seats and we throw a turd, right? We get 0. So we're taking a risk.
For the record, it's January 27th. People have 1, 2, 3, 4 more days to get their 24 hours of CEU time in. I think you could get 24 hours and 60 minutes if you do it right. But I'm just reminding you, clinicians, that you have to get those important CEU credits done.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So that was what Disney did. Now I want to do a pop quiz with a visual. Be honest. 2 questions. Do you know who this is? As in, have you ever seen her before? And then, do you know her name? Have you ever seen her on social media before? Even recognized her?
No.
And then I can't ask. Okay. I have seen her before, but I had no idea what her name is or who she is. If this popped up, I'm probably going to swipe away.
Oh, I did see this on the Google Doc that you shared. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't count. In the wild. So this is a girl named Brooke Monk, and she's an influencer. She talks about stuff, makeup, hair, whatever. She is playing chess, not checkers. She looks like she looks, and she wants people to think that she doesn't know what's going on. She's like, look at me, I'm just cute. She's not. She's deviously smart. Here's what she did. Look at her. What do you notice physically about her? What jumps out at you? Anything in particular about her physical appearance? You guys are careful.
I already know the answer. So Tony,
what do you notice about her physical appearance? What physical feature is probably most prominent?
Her eyes? I don't know.
Yes, bingo. That is the safe answer and the correct answer. Yeah. Good. So 2 years ago when she launched, this was her decided appearance. Now, for the viewers for the listeners not watching, she has like big, crazy long eyelashes, like over the top, like dark and huge. Like those are, I got to be honest with you, those are not natural. Those are fake. The eyelashes is what I'm talking about. She's been doing this for 2 years. All of her content, that's what she looks like. That's her normal state. This is Brooke's normal state. 2 years, builds a following, talking about lip gloss and blush and earrings. I don't know. I'm making this up. That's what she does for a year and a half, looking like this. 2 days ago, she launched eyelashes. Fudge. Most people would launch eyelashes and then look at my eyelashes, she launches. Now, of course, was this on purpose or by accident? Doesn't matter. She still wins. She's still standing in the end zone. She makes the most ridiculous part, and not ridiculous. I mean, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just over the top part of her appearance. The eyelashes. Everyone knows her. That's her signature. That is her signature move. If she's Little John, that is
What? Yeah, okay.
Guy made a career on 3 words, but that's his thing. He would show up to parties for 20 grand and just do those 3 words and leave. That is what Brooke did. She got the attention first, made you remember her for it, and then started selling the eyelashes. And then she sold a gajillion amount of eyelashes yesterday.
So I'm going to say it's chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
I don't know, and none of us do, if she went into this with a long game, planning to develop a following built around her eyelashes. Eyelashes were going to become popular, and then she was going to exploit that. Or, like my situation, I had no intention of doing stuff with Medicare, teaching clinicians about Medicare. I had just started to build a following, connect with people, answer questions. And then Medicare was the lowest hanging fruit. It was the easiest thing for me to say, hey, you guys are struggling. I see the problem. You have a pain point that I'm going to solve. And the pain wasn't even really Medicare. The pain was fear of Medicare, fear of compliance, fear of losing everything. So I said, hey, I'm going to put out a solution to stop the pain and the fear. And it was well received, but there was never a point going in that I was like,
right,
hey, I'm going to be the Medicare guy.
Right.
And it's the same with the lift chairs. I wasn't intending to be the lift chair guy to the general population, but it just, things lined up. the electrician who finds himself today, 2026, in an environment where he can make easy six figures moving toward, multiple six figures. It wasn't in the plan. It just,
Right.
we identified the problem. We looked at the resources we had available and we said, where is the value?
Yeah. Ben Galen pointing out this segment brought to you by three creepy old men talking about Brooke Monk. I think it's just smart. I didn't launch podcast 10 years ago because I thought I'd be standing here doing a live stream twice a week for several years at 8 o'clock in the morning in sweatpants. That's not why I did it. So yeah, I don't think anyway, but maybe she did. Pretty good power play, pretty smart. And then she's able to add and actually go, great, now you know me for this. Here's what I'm going to look at. So I think what she really did was, regardless of whether she thought this was the power play, that was her thing. She ran with it. And then someone probably was like, I can make those things and make you an owner of it. And she's like, got it. So someone sourced the eyelashes for her. And now she is a walking, talking billboard for her product. She ain't selling anybody else's thing. She's selling her thing. I do want to thank another sponsor as well, not eyelashes. Range of Motion Spoon. If it stirs, it moves. This segment is brought to you by Range of Motion Spoon, the only clinical assessment tool designed entirely for soup. Very specific. Simply place the spoon in the soup. Stir gently, and if the soup moves, congratulations, Range of Motion. No goniometer, no sensors, no continuing education. Now with advanced feature, chunk detection. This is a little bit technological. That's for strength testing in thicker stews or pot pies. Range of Motion Spoon. If it stirs, it moves. Ask your therapist if soup is right for you. You got to think about that. The hand and upper extremity therapists are losing their mind right now. Where do I get this spoon? Big Spoon has entered the chat, everybody. Okay, I have a mailbag segment. This is a legit one. Do you guys want to do mailbag? We haven't done mailbag anymore. Mailbag.
It's mailbag time. Real questions, real people. No bots allowed.
All right, did not find this one on Reddit, and the dog agrees. Hey, PT Breakfast Club, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. PT content creation actually stresses me out. I don't disagree. It stresses me out. I know I'm good at what I do, being a PT, but making PT content feels like more work. Right now, this person's starting a clinic, chasing referrals, building systems, and I feel pressure that any content I make has to serve the business. But honestly, the content I want to make is lifestyle stuff, like simple living, travel, retro gaming, hiking, training. When I think about hitting record for that, I feel relief. So my question is this. Can a physical therapist build content that's not about PT and still have it be viable? Or does all the content have to tie back to the clinic, the brand, the monetization? Is it okay for content to just be like an outlet? I have thoughts. I know you do too. What are your thoughts as this person writes in?
1,000,000%. Make like Gary V, Hermosi, everybody, make the content you want to make. It doesn't matter if it's PT content. You are still a PT. There's likely to be some connection, but you make the stuff you want to make. It'll be 1,000 times better than forcing any content.
Dave?
Yeah, I mean, just go and take action. I am holding.
You have all your face muscles are in a weird state of tense right now. What is? Just say it, man. This is a friend of the show, so you don't have to be. But I know this person. I'm not going to say who it is. I think he's falling. I think he's in the bottom of Dunning-Kruger, and not in stupidity. In like, oh God, look at how much I don't know. Like he's in the goods part of Dunning-Kruger. He's saying this from a good place, in my opinion, anyway, how I read this. So what are you really going to say? Unclench your face, Dave.
Well, can you just read it again one more time, please? Real quick.
Let me summarize. I listen to you guys, and you say make content to get attention to the business. But like, dude, that's stressing me out. I know he's still doing this. But I think what he's saying is like, can I also do other things? Does everything need to be about the business and monetization? Because that stresses me out. So I have thoughts too.
So okay. So no, I mean you can mix in. You can even, I don't know. Maybe Tony will say separate them. Maybe he'll say mix them in. But if you mix it in, then the prospective patients out there will be like, oh, that this physical therapist likes whatever. They like to travel to, and hike and go to the Grand Canyon and go to Arizona or other places or New Mexico or wherever. Like, oh, interesting. And then you can see the physical therapist and the physical therapy practice. You can see their personality mixed in with potentially their other content around physical therapy, health, wellness type stuff. So, but I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have to be stressful. I might just be stressed because I have so many plates I'm spinning and I don't have time to do all the plates all the time. But if I pull my phone out, for me, I mean, again, it's different because we've all been in front of videos for 10 whatever years. So for us, it's just like, we could just talk right into the camera, and maybe I'm overlooking it and thinking like, I can't see how it's stressful now. Or maybe you're just putting too much like emphasis or pressure on yourself to do it. Just do it. Just like record the lifestyle stuff that you want to do, mix in some health and wellness, physical therapy stuff. The folks out there, the audience, your neighbors, residents nearby that might do business with you in the future, they'll like all the stuff. Like just, and then also, again, the algorithms, Facebook, whatever, it'll tell you what the audience, what the people want more of. And so if it's like, they like more of this lifestyle stuff, then you're like, cool, I like to do that stuff anyway. Okay, so do more of that. And then at the end, you can have these little call to actions of like, oh, also, like if you have back pain that's holding you back from hiking or doing this type of active lifestyle or whatever, hit me up, or this is the practice and whatever. So yeah, I was just, my original response was like, come, just like take action and do. I don't understand, like, I don't know, like a little therapy session on it. It just didn't make sense initially, but now Jimmy gave me a little bit more context.
Yeah. Don is chiming in. Nowadays, your personal brand will build your ventures. So here's my advice. Here's my read on this guy, because I know who this is. This dude is a rule follower. If you tell him to smash through a brick wall, this guy's like the perfect guy to be a linebacker on your team. If you're like, give me the ball, he will just like get you the ball. Like he's like, this is my read on this guy. He's like, if you tell me to do 100 push-ups, he's going to do 100 push-ups. He's never going to question why. So I want him to listen to me now and listen to what we're saying. You don't have to do any or all. You could do both. Do you want to do your lifestyle or retro gaming or hiking content on your channel for your business? Great. Do you want to do a separate channel and talk about that stuff and let it and get those things out? Because it's an exercise, like letting creative. This is why people paint and write poetry and do other things. It's not to check a box. You don't have to be great at your hobbies. I heard that advice from someone. It's like, you could just be doing it because you like it. So yes, to all those. You also don't have to create content for your business. Now, it's cost effective to do it. Like I could replace my air conditioning unit for $0. I will pay for it though. Do you know what I mean? I'll hurt myself and damage it and drop it through my ceiling or whatever. So don't feel the need that you have to do all these things. When you hear us talking about the 68 things we made yesterday, make one. And then do you like that? Like what's the best exercise to do? The one you like and you're going to do. A PT will figure out how to make that effective for the thing that you're worried about. A good PT anyway, in my opinion, right? So dude, do your simple living, travel, retro gaming, hiking training. Play with it. Do that on your thing. And not everything needs to be like, hi, I'm hiking today, and here's how somebody dealing with hip pain should step on a rock. No, don't do that. Maybe do that. Dave, this brings up something you shared in the group chat the other day, the Frank Kern curve. Do you remember that? The video about the Frank Kern curve? Can you explain that? Because I think these two things play around with each other.
I can't remember what was on the X and Y axis. It was content or personality or something?
Content was on the X axis, the up axis, and personality was on the Y.
No, X is Y. See? Is vertical.
Podcast, nobody knows. They
X is horizontal.
Not in my world, dude. These are variables. You can put whatever the hell you want. I'm still trying to find X from 8th grade. All right, so you have personality and content on a graph, on a chart, both axes. What now?
And it was people will basically, where they intersect in the middle was like an X, but it's basically like people who find your content, like people who find Tony Maritato's total knee replacement content. They originally start looking at multiple videos or consuming one channel's content based off of whatever the actual content is, right? So it's the knee replacement, stitching. It's, does that person have swelling or not? Like, do I feel like that's me and the content, whatever. So people will, as like the bug lamps that attract the bugs to zap them, like what attracts the people is the content initially. And then over time, it becomes less about the content and more about the personality of the person or the channel. And when those intersect, that's like the sweet spot, or that's like that's the point where you could do monetization. So you sell them a course or ads or physical products or whatever. But over time, the viewers, like, so everyone that's just like the example here from Brooke that you gave, or all the people that have subscribed to Total Therapy Solutions on Facebook, YouTube, wherever it might be, over time, the people start to then comment and engage more with the content because they know, like, and trust Tony and his practice. Of course, they still like the content, but they've become attached more to the personality of the person or the channel over time. And that was basically, like, this guy wrote out, like, this is what he learned from Frank Kern. Frank Kern is like a marketer, copywriter.
I don't know who he is.
He's awesome. Yeah, he's like
don't know who he is.
I've never heard of Frank Kern.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, you got to go back and research him. Go back and look at his old videos. He's not as popular as he used to be, but he comes out of the direct response marketing world. He was there kind of earlier on. Great content, like Gary V kind of stuff, but just earlier. Alex Hermosi stuff, but earlier.
Got it. I love that. So, anonymous person from the mailbag. Katie, for some reason the comments aren't letting me to bring, I can't bring them on screen, but Katie says, show you're a human, make human content. Like, dude, I was like every other 25-year-old, and I had a radio show and a rock station. If I found out someone liked gardening, I would make fun of that person. That was 20 years ago. Now I'm older, and I'm like, I don't like gardening either, but I'm excited that you like it. I'm like, wow, look how freaking pumped this person is about petunias. And I might watch a little bit of it, but I'm like, I'm now focusing on the other thing, which is I don't care about Pokemon, but I'm sort of like, look how flippin' excited this dude is about Charizard. I think that's a real Pokemon that I just pulled out. I just had that holstered. Like, I don't care. I'm looking now. I'm watching. I'm on Whatnot because I'm figuring out how do PTs sell stuff on Whatnot. Could you imagine? So here's my idea. This isn't an official pitch, but like, why wouldn't you do what Tony just said, which is like, hey, everybody, today I'm going to treat this patient. And if this is like you, and pick a pathology that has like a bajillion other people doing it, and I'm going to treat this person for free, and in exchange they get free care. But then I'm going to put up a camera and I'm going to take questions live from the audience. And I'm going to, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Well, that wouldn't work. Really? There are TV shows where people cook things. Can any of you taste anything? Am I the only one licking the screen and getting nothing? Yeah, you can't taste any of it. Look how good this food looks. What? At least if you're doing this, you can be moving and feeling that. You can't lick the screen. I mean, you can, but it doesn't do anything. So, like, yes to all of these things. So do the content, do the thing that lights you up. To tie this all with a bow, I wrote a post on LinkedIn. I've got a series going on now. I'm trying to find I'm poking on LinkedIn. What lights people up? Before I did the series of like, if certain company hired Jimmy, here's the first 3 things I do. And I did a marketing analysis where I threw out crazy, funny ideas that probably maybe would work, but who the hell knows? The point was, it was an exercise. Now I'm doing this. Here's my new series. Kapow! What if Anthony Bourdain ran your PT clinic? What would the first 6 things Anthony Bourdain would do? So I've got the full breakdown on my LinkedIn profile, but it's just the idea. It's a thought experiment. That's all we did in radio. Oh, how did you guys stay so current? And how did you guys always have fun? We looked at who screwed up. Oh my God. When Justin Timberlake pulled off Janet Jackson's top at the Super Bowl, everybody in radio was like, guess what we're talking about for the next 3 years. Everything.
And everyone talks about it every year at every Super Bowl.
Correct. But that's how radio DJs looked at this. We were like, oh, how am I going to spin this? Whoa, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Take it, spin it. So to the person writing in, you want to talk about hiking, retro gaming, do it. Do it. But understand what Dave just said about the Kern curve.
Go ahead, Tony, and then I have something. But
I was just gonna say, and lifestyle is such a great topic. Like, I had spent a lot of time early in the media world just talking about lifestyle, talking about what I was eating, why I was eating it, what I'm looking at, how I'm researching this, mindfulness, sleep, food. You know, there's always going to be ideas there. What you got, Dave?
All right. there's something I can't stop thinking about it. I mentioned it to you guys about doing things differently with the whole PT Barnum approach. The thing that just reminded me is because you had Anthony Bourdain on the screen, and Jimmy said, "What if Anthony Bourdain helped you with your practice and all that?" I keep thinking about PT Barnum in terms of the historic attention getting. And there was the video recently, I think I shared with you, or we shared it together or something, about Jesse Cole, the founder of Savannah Bananas, and he was talking about attention. Attention is more important than marketing. Attention is before marketing. And I mentioned on the show maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about Christmas in July, and we were talking about having, a fake Santa at our office in July, we were talking about having some type of a Halloween thing in the summer, like some like off season, things that like don't make sense. And then Jimmy was saying maybe a pull-up bar. And we're talking about things on 57th Street in Midtown Manhattan that we could do. I've been thinking, and here's a little teaser. Here, I'll give a few examples, but here's a teaser. I'm thinking of making a crazy list of almost like these like mini publicity stunts. Jimmy and I, we talked about putting up a little wooden stand in Times Square and doing it. The thing, it just takes a little bit of time and effort to implement. But I was thinking of, so running season is now, it's coming up, because then there's going to be the half marathons and the full marathons coming up. And even my new full-time therapist, Andrew, who just started and just got hired, he's running a half marathon in like April. And yesterday he just started his training block. And here's an example that like doesn't even make sense, but it's a thing to film content and to get potential attention. So imagine we're in Central Park. Jimmy, you used to live nearby Central Park. People were running in the loop inside Central Park. We would make signs, and the signs say run ball. So anyone that's running by, they're jogging by, and we're going to have, I don't know, buckets or nets or whatever. And we're throwing and we're tossing tennis balls to the runners going by. And the runners are having to get the ball and throw, because now running is great in so many ways, but it's in some ways people think is extremely boring to just run and jog for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, for 2 hours. Like, it's insane. It's amazing, but it's also like, whatever. So this would be a way we capture the video of the runners coming up. Now, of course, like in the beginning, all the runners are like, serious runners are not going to grab a ball. But if you say, we'll give you $1, we'll give you $5, whatever, and it's called run ball, throw ball in bucket or whatever. And as they're running, they have to throw or toss the ball in the bucket. Now, of course, it would make good content, because many runners may not be great in terms of hand-eye coordination, because they're potentially, not necessarily, but it could be default runners. And it could create a potential ridiculous, I don't want to say viral moment. Yeah. But here's the thing. Every time I take a shower, I have dozens of these ridiculous ideas.
Write it down. Which brings up our new sponsor, Shower Pad, the only pad that doesn't get ruined when it gets wet in the shower. You have funny ideas in the shower? Write them down on Shower Pad. No, this is not ridiculous.
The Shower Pad connects to my ChatGPT, and it just automatically takes my ideas.
Which is a new sponsor, GPT in the shower. Tired of showering alone? This AI-enabled camera watches you and listens to you in the shower. So if you have any ideas or do anything you should or shouldn't be doing, we write it down. No, you've seen these videos. They have them. 5 or 6 dudes grab a phone and they go out to like Columbus Circle or Times Square. 3 of them have like a portable net, and they just have someone with their headphones on, just luring through their day. And one of them rolls a basketball towards this person, and 3 of them set the net, and they're all like, go, go, go. And then they have the person shoot, and then on the screen, it's like if it goes in or not. And you have to watch to the end to see if one person made it or not. And then they hand the person $100.
Exactly. Now anyone else out there could take this idea, and then that piece of content could be on your physical therapy social media account. And that's the beginning of people get sucked in for whatever the content is. Then over time, you could warm them up with your personality.
I think Paul just ended the show.
Paul, that's the comment of the day.
New sponsor. Are you tired of pooping alone? Well, let me introduce to you ChatGPT. Never poop alone. You used to read magazines. That's boring. Now have a conversation with a computer while you're pooping. You can ask fun things like, hey, is this normal? Should it hurt this much? How long is too long to poop? These are the questions you get answer to right now if you download Chat GPT. That's a really good one. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Right, I gotta leave after that.
Parting
All right,
shot.
parting shot. If you want to see Dave do this in his neighborhood, leave a comment.
Yes.
No.
I'll jump on a train. I'll hold the camera. We'll do something. You have a brick and mortar. Let's go play there. It's a playground. What's your parting shot? Never poop alone with your ideas on the throne. Welcome to Chat GPT. You guys, this is fun. Fake commercials for things that don't make sense. Dave, what do you got? Parting shot.
Parting shot. Go take action and don't beg others or ask others for permission.
Yeah. I would say just do it, man. Like, I hate to quote Nike or whatever, but like, that's the thing. It's why it's such a brilliant slogan, which is like, do the thing. What's the thing? I have this crazy idea. No one's going to do it. No one's going to steal it from you. No, it's crazy. They're not going to do it. You're going to be the better one to do it. Plus, it doesn't matter if you don't want to do it. People still have ice cream stands and pizza parlors. The pizza is a good idea. It's a good idea times a bajillion. Do it. We'll be back on Thursday. Follow us wherever we are. Hit it.
That's it. We're out.
Boys, what the hell are you doing?
Follow Tony Maritano on YouTube at Total Therapy Solution. Find Dave Kittle at ConciergePainRelief.com and on YouTube at The Dave Kittle Show. And follow Jimmy McKay at PT Pinecast on YouTube, the socials, and wherever you binge podcasts you pretend are for CEUs. And hey, just a reminder, none of this was for advice. This was for entertainment only. Our lawyers say that counts. Thanks, Keith.